So Jurassic World Evolution 3 is of course this park management game where you build dinosaur parks and take care of the animals. This is the third game in the series, and the main thing that sets it apart from the previous ones is that you can now raise baby dinosaurs, and the tools for building your parks are way better than before. If you played the older games and got frustrated with how limited the terrain and building options were, this one fixes a lot of that stuff. The big new thing everyone talks about is juveniles. You can now hatch baby dinosaurs and watch them grow up into adults. And of course they have their own needs you need to take care of. Some of the species need male dinosaurs in the group to be happy, so you have to research and create male dinosaurs through genetic stuff. The babies can socialize with adults, and there are animations for family interactions. When the dinosaurs breed, you can see nests with eggs that actually hatch, instead of just spawning adults from a building. It's pretty cool to watch, but if you're not really into that aspect, it's just a nice addition, and not exactly something that changes completely how you play. The game's new terrain tools, on the other hand, are probably the biggest improvement that matter to all players, because you can now shape the ground however you want without the game constantly telling you no. You can make steep cliffs, smooth slopes, paint different ground textures that blend together naturally, and add water that actually looks good. There are these foliage buckets where you can just brush on a bunch of varied plants at once, instead of having to place everything individually. The water has a nice texture to it, and leaves footprints when dinosaurs walk through muddy areas. You can build caves and tunnels now too. The modular building system lets you create custom structures from scratch. There are tons of decoration pieces to use, way more than before. You can also customize paths in detail. The game furthermore has a workshop where people can share their custom buildings. Now for the actual park management, you have scientists who do research, expedition teams for digging up fossils, and maintenance crews who fix broken stuff. You place these maintenance posts around your park and assign teams to them, and they will automatically patrol the area. Rangers still drive around to check on dinosaur comfort, but they can't tranquilize anymore. That's done by capture helicopters now. As for the campaign, you travel to different locations like Montana and Hawaii, doing missions that teach you the game systems. It's not linear. You can go back to previous maps to complete more objectives. The game has a sandbox mode where you can just build whatever you want without restrictions. You can pick different locations that each have their own look. There's Nevada with deserts, China with its own terrain, and others. You have access to over 75 dinosaur species. The game does look better than the previous ones. The lighting is clearly improved. There's this thing called subsurface scattering, which makes the skin parts look more realistic when light shines through them. The animations are relatively smooth, except sometimes when dinosaurs turn while running. It can look a bit weird. There are still some issues like shadows popping in, depending on your distance. One thing that hasn't changed much is the management depth and dinosaur combat. The combat is still the same system where they circle each other and lunge. It hasn't been updated since the first game and honestly feels pretty outdated. If you intend to play these games mainly to watch dinosaurs fight or because you want complex management, this probably won't feel that different from Jurassic World Evolution 2. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.